Hey guys! Thank you so much for being patient with me during my voice trauma. To all of you who are watching, I just wanted to thank you for your prayers. For those of you who know, what I've gone through these past few days has been a little intense. Basically, what had happened was I lost my voice a few days ago, and that was due to my vocal cords completely swelling up after I had already gotten over a cold. So I was totally fine. And one day I woke up and it was gone. So this is the aftermath. I'm about like maybe 60% better now. Thank God for all the drug cocktails I've been on from my doctor. I told my doctor, I was like, whatever you can do to get me ready to go in 36 hours, just give it to me. I have a show to do. So thanks for allowing me to get one extra day to feel better so I can talk to you guys. This is still not how I sound, by the way. For those of you who are just listening to me the first time, my voice is so annoying. Like, this is not how I sound. But bear with me. I'm going to try my best to speak as clearly as possible during this awesome show. So I wanted to make this free for everyone, even for non-members, because once in a blue moon, I just want to do this to be nice and to offer free advice. And I thought that this particular class, which is called What's in My Kit, this topic has risen so many times with a lot of people who meet me at my shows, and my one-on-one students get to see this lovely kit. Oh my god, my voice is like going away already. My one-on-one students get to see this kit, and people who meet me randomly always ask, what are some of the products that you really love? So I thought I would just share it with everyone. There's nothing to hide. I love sharing, and that's why I do these classes on dressyourfacelive.com. My goal is to share as much information as I possibly can with as many people as I possibly can, and teach you real, true knowledge. So hopefully this class will help some of you guys learn how I work and what I like to work with, and I'm going to give you a tour of my kit in a minute. We're actually going to dig in. You can really see what's going on in here and how I organize my things. So to those of you who are members on dressyourfacelive.com, I like to call you my DYF army. You're like ready to go. You're ready to kill the business out there. That's awesome. I'm so proud of all of you. I see your posts. I see your progression. I'm just so thrilled that you've allowed me into your lives as your teacher and that you're actually learning. And it's the best feeling when I see your posts. So keep them coming. Thank you so much for your positive feedback. But anyway, I just really wanted you guys to see what's in my kit. I want you to know also how I pack my stuff, how I organize my stuff, and how I go out on house calls or photo shoots and on set versus how I am at home. So I work from home. This is my home studio, and I do one client at a time. I don't overbook. Like, I just book back to back all day. I also teach one-on-one lessons with students, which is an all-day thing as well. So I'm kind of always in here working and creating my magic and doing my thing. But it's really important to know how to organize your items and look clean and professional at all times. So the way I do things is one thing you're going to notice from this class, and one thing I'm sure you've noticed from those of you who are my students, I pack really light. Everything that I use is in one nice train case box. And the lower compartments, I don't even use them. It's just for the height, just so I can work off of it. But when I go out, like if I'm taking a plane ride somewhere, flying out, or driving out, I just take the top box. So I'm going to show you exactly what that is. We're going to get in it. And I pack light because, first of all, it's bad on your back. It's a back really heavy. We're human. We're not machines. And I realized that I need to lighten up my load maybe halfway down my career. I've been doing this for like 13 years legally. And before that even, I didn't have much of a kit, so I had little things. But once I had like a crazy kit, I just kept buying stuff and adding it in. And even things that were very similar to each other, colors that were similar to each other, I just kept buying it. just because I wanted it in my kit. I thought it would be great for my clients, so I shoved it in. And then I realized my kit's so heavy, even guys that would help me carry it would be like, oh my god, what's in here, rocks? And I'm like, pretty much. So I realized soon enough, I got into an accident. My back was completely injured permanently. And so I'm like, okay, I can't work like this anymore. So I had to lighten my load. And oh my god, I'm not missing a damn thing. Like, everything that's in my kit, it's so basic, so clean, so organized. And I don't have to worry about anything at all because the the um the stuff is so, like, when I buy a lot of stuff, it's always so similar. But basically, having a small amount of items, but very different items, allows you to mix colors to create any shades. You don't have to buy every single shade. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys to look at my last post on Instagram. My Instagram name is Dress Your Face. Look at my last post on Instagram and ask me whatever questions you have on that post, because later on, if my voice is up to it, I'm going to be answering some questions. So I'm going to go ahead and answer those at the end of class. But I'll be probably answering all of your questions during the whole class. So I'm just going to wait till the end to answer the ones that I haven't answered yet. So are we ready to dig into my kit? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys just dig right in here. I'm going to move it this way so you can get a good look. Maybe from that angle. This is so hilarious. Alright. So, this is my box. This is it. This is everything. So, basically, I'm just going to show you, like, throughout the whole thing, like, what I'm doing. Maybe I can move it this way for you. If that's easier. Is that better? Okay. So, this is my awesome box. And over here I have my brushes. This is in a regular brush belt from MAC. You know, nothing crazy. It's just a brush belt. And I just stick it right on the end of this box. By the way, this train case is generic. There's no name brand to it. I got it on eBay like a gazillion years ago, which is why it's like halfway broken. I need to get a new one. But anyway, I stick the brushes here. This is the largest, deepest compartment. So anything that can possibly stand, I have standing up so I don't have to shuffle for products. Anything that's too long, like my mascaras, I have it laid out here with my eyelash curler and some dip brow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's all in here. So this lovely section right here is mainly like the eye miscellaneous. This is what I call eye miscellaneous, okay? So that's that. And again, like I said, everything that can possibly stand up, like my concealers, my glitter liners, you know, things like that, I have it standing up so I can read the label and know exactly what it is. Now over here, I have my basics that I use on everyone. So this is my eyeliners, the cake eyeliners. This is the eyeshadow base. This is soft ochre, which is for most skin tones. And then for my deeper skin tones over here, I have Groundwork. This is all MAC. And then over here I have Inglot Black Gel Liner, and I have the MAC Brown Dip Down from MAC. So these are like my basics that I kind of use on everyone. And over here I have my lip liners and lip glosses on this side. So there's random colors that I have from MAC, NARS, just glosses galore. My favorite Whitening Lightning. If you guys ever need Whitening Lightning, I have a code which is DYF on whiteninglightning.com, so you can get a fat discount on all your stuff. And then over here, I have more eye stuff. So over here, I have some of my favorite glitters from Shop Violet Voss. I also have some more glitters here that are stacked inside here on the bottom. These are generics from Sally's Beauty Supply. So I stick them in here as well, but like my really nice ones, I just keep it right here. These are just some of my favorite glitters, the popular ones. I don't carry I have every color. That's in my back stock in my drawers. But in my kit, I carry the most popular, so those are mainly golds and silvers. And then over here, I have my Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadows. These are very metallic. So I have all my favorite colors just stacked really nicely over here. And on this side, I'm not big on pigments, but the ones that I do like are from Inglot. So I have a couple pigments here from Inglot. And then over here again, my eyeshadow base for deeper skin. And then literally I only have one loose powder. This is just a translucent loose powder in case I have older women or really dry skin customers to deal with. And then over here, I have my tools. So I have my little safety scissors. I love these because they have a rounded tip. Basically it's just very safe to use. I have my hand sanitizer, breath mints. These are Listerine strips. You want to be very friendly with your clients. And I have my nail sharpener and a lip balm, a couple of bobby pins if I need it, nothing crazy. And now let's divulge into this, and then I'm going to open up some of these items for you later once the camera is stationed and you can actually see everything. So once you dig in, I have a couple of my favorite palettes. Obviously, my palette. This is the Tamana palette. And I use it quite a bit, obviously. As you can see, I've hit the bottom of the pan in most of these shades. Unfortunately, this is completely sold out. Every website is pretty much completely exhausted of this product. It was limited edition. However, AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com has singles of all these colors. So you can find them in a single that you can make your own palette on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. And then I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, which I have completely customized myself. I chose some of my favorite colors and put them in a kit myself, also from the same website. And this is what I use for contouring. And over here I have some MAC palettes, and I'll show you these in a minute. This is my brow palette, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It has every color you'll ever need for any client, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I recently got this Lorac Gold Unzipped palette, which I absolutely love. I think it's really cool. It has a lot of popular colors for my clients, so I added this in recently. And then I want to dig in here so you guys can get a better look. Over here, I have my original MAC palettes that before I bought these. I have my singles that I put into double-sided palettes, which I'll open up for you in a minute. I have my primers and my makeup removers here. And I have my Graftobian palettes all lined up right here. And on the side, these are all my liquid foundations from MAC. I only carry a couple of every formula that I like. So there's Pro Longwear, there's also MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and then I also have the Studio Sculpts. Those are my 3 formulas for different skin types, and I just keep maybe 3 shades of each formula here based on the clientele that I usually work with. And then I have these palettes of all sorts of colors from Graftobian, where if I need to mix a lighter shade or a darker shade in with those current shades that I have, I can always mix it to create a color for a very dark person or a very light person. And over here I have my highlight powders and my bronzing powders. And then on this side I have all my Studio Fix powders and a couple of Mineralize. And these are all organized based on shade. So this side is the lightest and it goes to the darkest. I pretty much have every popular shade, and I'll talk about those in a minute. And then I have my primers, and I have some little extra goodies like my Ben Nye Matte Foundation, just little other random favorites. I just shove it in there. And then for moisturizer, I just carry my favorite moisturizer from Lancome. It's from a free gift. It's a small sample, but it lasts forever, and I just stick that right in there because there's no point in me carrying a whole bunch of skincare when I expect my clients to already have their skin prepped for me. And if they don't, I could just add it in using a little bit of my sample. So these are my foundations. I love this primer. This is the Motives primer. I also have a Motives free shipping discount for you guys. If you go to motives.com, enter the referral code Dress Your Face, and you'll go ahead and get free shipping throughout the US and Canada. And they also have an international option for free shipping when you enter my referral code. So that's Motives. And then this is just a random spray bottle I filled with my favorite brush cleaner, which is from Cinema Secrets. So this is my at-home one, and then I spray the spray bottle for travel. It's super small, so it passes TSA, and it dries immediately, so I can actually clean it as I'm working. So, and then when I just pack it, literally, like when I take out a product to use it on customer, I put it right back where it belongs, so I never have a mess, ever. I work from the box, and as soon as, like, let's say I'm going to use this powder, I leave it clean so I know where it goes. I go ahead and use the powder, and then when I'm done, I put it right back where it belongs, and then I grab my next item. So at the end of the appointment, all I have to do is put away the rest of the palettes that I have that may or may not fit anywhere else. So I just have my way of putting it together. I close this up. I take these brushes, fold these up, put them in my bag, and then close this up, lock it up, and then I'm ready to go. Now, if you want to show the sides, you know, how this looks like. Oh, here you go. I'm just going to tip it. Now, this whole thing is really big. I have nothing in here, just junk. When I travel, I only take out the actual box here. This is just junk. So this thing is what I travel with, this top box, the top one. And I travel with this, and it fits in the overhead luggage space for planes. And I also can sometimes, when there's extra leg room, I can also fit it in. Underneath where the leg room is. Sometimes if there's no overhead space. So it's very easy to travel with. I don't ever check it in ever. We can go ahead and station the camera again. I never check it in because I'm always afraid that it's gonna break. And this is my bread and butter. These are my babies. So the last thing I want is for anything to break or get messed up or shuffle around too heavily in my kits. So basically I just take it with me wherever I go. The reason why I'm allowed to take liquids is because every single liquid item that's in this kit is under 3.4 ounces. Most of them are about 1.7 ounces to maybe 2 ounces tops, but I don't even think I have anything that's 3 ounces. And TSA regulation is that it must be 3.4 ounces or less. And the reason why they've allowed 3.4 ounces is because most perfumes, like when women travel, even men, when we travel, we want to carry our perfume. And most of our perfume bottles are 3.4 ounces, which is 100 ml, I believe. And so, I believe it's 100 ml or 200 ml, I believe. And that's just, they do it in mLs. So converted to ounces, it's 3.4 ounces. So you'll be fine traveling. I actually do not put it in any Ziplocs. I'm not sure how strict your TSA is. But when I travel, even when I've traveled out of country, I've never put them in Ziploc bags because most of my stuff, as you've seen, most of my stuff is dry. It's not, I'm so sorry, I need to take a sip of my ginger tea. It's not liquid products. The only liquid products I carry in here are the primers and the foundations. And those items are not in abundance in my kit. It's all together. It's in one section. As you saw, it's in the corner. It's totally easy. So that's the tour of my kit. Now I'm going to talk about some key items and why I pick some of these items and what I like about it. I'm also going to talk about some of the brushes that I use and why I like it. In addition to that, I also have my hair kits that I'm going to be talking about too after I'm done with talking about my makeup items. So believe it or not, that's kind of all I have that I take. I have so much more product. Now, the way I organize that is in my wall-to-wall closet, which is behind us. I have like columns of I have columns of drawers from Walmart. They're like $11 per like set of 3 drawers, and they're plastic. And I just like pile them on in the columns. And I stuff it with backstock, and I organize it by brand. So all my Anastasia Beverly Hills stuff is in one column or in a few drawers. All my MAC stuff is in one. All my lashes are in an entire column. I have like every brand and stuff like that. So everything's organized at all times. When my clients come here, I get to play with some of my other stuff aside from what's in my kit because, companies send me a lot of new products, and I like to try it out and give a review for you guys so you know what's out there. And so I use it on my clients that come to my house. That way I can play around with it and see what I like. And then sometimes I use it on myself, but I'm not a big makeup person on myself. So that's like the last thing I ever want to do. So basically just I very rarely go out anymore because my clients come to me. But when I used to go out on gigs, traveling around, sometimes if I knew that there was a new product that I really liked and I wanted to use more of, I'll just throw it in. My kit has space in it still, so I can easily throw in 1 or 2 extra little fun items just for the heck of it. Or once in a while, if I feel like there's a product in here that I haven't used in so long, then I'll remove it and I'll put it in a backstock kit. I have several of these boxes that I keep and drawers and stuff, and I put in some new stuff and take out some old stuff. So you kind of have to alternate your items and rotate your items and make sure that you're using them all. You don't want anything to go bad. And as far as like the shelf life of stuff, that was another question that someone had. Powders and stuff like that don't really have much of a shelf life. Just smell it, make sure it smells normal. Liquids is what really has a shelf life of about 2 years. Creams also have a shelf life of about 2 years unless they have some major crazy active ingredients that will die after about 6 months to a year. But usually basic creams and liquids and gels will last about 2 years. Lipsticks, same thing, 2 years, but I've had lipsticks for like 5 years that didn't go bad at all. You smell it, you can smell it and know exactly if it's gonna go bad or not, or if it's gone bad or not. And so that usually has helped me pretty well with knowing when something's gone bad. And I constantly, I'm in my kit all the time because I work every day. So I'm constantly going through my stuff, and I have a tally of everything I have mentally, and I know what I haven't used in a while. Just throw it out or, give it to a friend or something. So I'm going to now show you some of the items that are in here in more depth. You just stay right there. I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see up close what some of these items are. I'm just going to move this just a little bit. So first of all, I wanted to show you a little bit more. I know you guys ask a lot about my contour kit. So I wanted to show you the colors that I like. But this is... First of all, let me tell you this. As far as choosing shades for face products in your kit, it has to be based on who your client is. So if you're mainly working with Caucasian clients, you want to stick with cool tones, some warm tones, mainly fair tones, up to medium for the ones that get tan. If you're like me, and we do a lot of brown girls, I do a lot of Indian girls, Pakistani, Arab, Lebanese, Armenian. I have a lot of Middle Eastern clients, and I also have everything in between. I have a lot of African American clients, and I have a lot of white clients too. So I need a little bit of everything, but I would say 90% of my clientele are in the caramel to tan or light tan range. So most of my products are catered for that range, and then for powders, I have a lot of dark and a lot of light as well, because powders you can't really mix too well if it's in a compact, but the liquids you can totally mix, so I don't have a lot of liquids. I'll show you more. So this is my contour kit that I have. I use the banana for brightening. I use this is the golden peach. I use that a lot for blending in between the contour and the highlight and setting. This is l'orange, which is good for correcting if someone's skin is looking very gray or very pigmented and you just want to brighten it up without making it look more gray. You can use the orange tone on deeper skin tones. And these are my 3 that I use for contour. So this one, for some reason it doesn't have a sticker on the back. I think it's because it was from the original kit. I believe it's either fawn or, no, it's fawn. This is a lighter fawn one. This is Havana, the middle one. And then this last one, I think it's called Carob. Let me double check. This one actually has a label because I got it in a separate single. Yeah, this is Carob. So those are the ones that I carry. This one I use on a lot of my really, really deep African American skin tones. And these ones I use more on medium to light skin tones. And so that's my contour kit that I customize on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. The whole thing is like $40. It's so affordable. It comes with a free empty case. So that's that. And then the Brow Pro Palette that I want to talk to you more about, so amazing. I recommend that every makeup artist has this because it goes all the way from this super blonde to super black hair and wax so that you can keep the color on really nice. So I use this to fill in brows a lot. I also use pencils and the dip brow, of course. But this is nice to mix color. Sometimes if I've used a pencil or dip brow and it looks too ashy, I can always add warmth by adding some of the caramel or auburn on top of it with a powder brush, a small eyeshadow brush or something, or Ingles brush, and that'll add more warmth. So I mess around with colors all the time with this one. And then you guys saw these palettes already, my eyeshadow palettes. I want to show you what's in my MAC eyeshadow palettes. I know that you guys have been wondering what the heck is in those things. I don't really use them much because I use my palette now, but now that my palette is gone and I'm not even going to be able to get a hold of more, I need to slow down on that and get back to my MAC. So this is my MAC lip palette. I made it, I labeled it. These are with label stickers, and I wrote down all the names of the lipsticks and everything, and then it's a double-sided palette. So I just smash them in. I don't melt them in. I don't have a lot of time. I'm the girl on the go. So all I did was I took my lipsticks and I sliced them with this lovely spatula that you can find at any beauty supply store or any makeup store. And I sliced my lipsticks and shoved them and smashed them in each of these holes. So these are all my warms and these are all my cools. So warms, cools, and I've had them separated, and I obviously have some spaces to fill in just in case I fall in love with another lipstick. Maybe I'll add it in. Or maybe I'll keep it for myself. I don't know. So it's separated with this lovely plastic separator so that they don't melt on each other. But it's pretty awesome, and this saved my life. I just did a year ago. Before that, I had smaller lip palettes, and I was just the smaller MAC ones, the ones in the squares. They have pre-made lip palettes that come with 6 lipsticks. I had those, and that was pretty cool. But it did take a lot of space in my kit because it was taking a lot of space in my kit. And of course, lipsticks. My God, that took the most space out of my kit. One of the whole sections that I showed you was just lipsticks before. Now I'm able to put lip liners and lip glosses in there so that I don't have to put that in a separate area. So I took out all my lipsticks. I'm like, I need that space. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and smash them and say goodbye. And the cool thing is with MAC is you can do the recycle program. Take 6 empty containers of MAC product, and they'll give you 1 free product back as a recycling thank you. And that 1 free product back could be another full-size lipstick, it could be an eyeshadow, or it could be a lip gloss. So depending on your MAC location, sometimes it changes. But what I did was, after I emptied all those lipsticks, I'm like, holy crap, I have so much free MAC stuff now. So I took it all to the store and got more free lipsticks out of it. So I'm going to tell you something. The reason why this saved my life was not only because it saved a lot of space in my kit. Now I could just lay it on top of my kit and close the drawers and I'm good to go, and I don't have to deal with single lipsticks. The other thing is I don't have to look for every lipstick. You have to read every label, open every lipstick if the label came off, and figure out what color it is, and that takes so much time. When you're working with your clients, you want to be efficient, you want to be smart about things, and you want to be clean and organized. So this is the best thing you can do. The other thing that saved my life was, those clients that don't know what to put on their lips. You're done with their makeup, you're like, okay, what do you want to do on your lips? And they're like, I don't know, what do you think looks good on me? And you're like, are you kidding me? A million things will look good on you. I can't just pick one color that's going to look good on you. No one has one color that's theirs. We all have infinite number of colors in front of us, and maybe you have a shade range that you like, but what if I tell you, oh, a coral would look awesome on you, and then you're like, ew, I don't like coral, I don't wear coral. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I'm not a psychic. So, voila. Now, when I ask them, what would you like on your lips? I open this up, I say, point to your favorite color family. And all they have to do is point to what they like, and they're like, ooh, I like these. And I'm like, perfect. And then I know exactly what to choose for them. Maybe I can mix a few colors, and if they're taking a while to choose, I'm like, oh, okay. If you're wondering something's too red and something's too pink, I can mix them to create your perfect balance. And they're like, oh yes, I want to do a mix of this and this if that looks good. And then we try it, and if it doesn't look good, we can always mix another color. I'm so into lip cocktails. So as you can see on a lot of my Instagram posts, I mix a lot of my cheek colors. I mix a lot of my lip colors because they're all in palettes. My cheek colors are all in palettes too. I'll show that to you next. So yeah, it makes life easy. I just show them, they pick what they like, and I get to go to town with them without having that horrible, awkward conversation of, I don't know what's going to look on you, you tell me. You know you the best, but then you don't want to look like you're not a professional, you don't know what you're doing, so take charge of the situation. You put the ball in their court, tell them, these are the color families you choose, and based on my recommendation, I would choose something in this range, but you tell me what you like, and then maybe you guys can figure out something that you both like. I want to show you my cheek palette. I love it. So just my lip palette, I've separated this in warm and cool. Of course, this is warm, but I put it in this side only because it's shimmer, and most of these are matte. So I just stuck it in the shimmer part. The cool thing about these is that I can do the same thing. All my plums and neutrals are on one side, my pinks and peaches are on one side, and so I can just kind of gauge based on the lip color. I know what to put on the cheeks, and vice versa. So if you guys have seen my lessons and you guys have been, a member on Dress Your Face Live for a while, you know that what I like to do is balance the lips and cheeks. So whatever, let's say on my lips I'm putting a nice nude peachy brown. Then I'll do the same thing on my cheeks so it doesn't clash. If I'm doing pink on my lips, I'm going to do pink on my cheeks. If I'm doing plum, I'll do plum. And you know how it goes. With reds, I stick with either no blush or a very light bronzy blush. So now I have everything at my fingertips and I can mix them and do whatever I want with them and build the cheeks. So also, if you guys have seen my Instagram for a while, you know that I never do one blush unless it's a very simple look. I like to mix my cheek colors just along with my lip colors to create a custom shade. So that's what I love. These are all my MACs, and what I normally do is I just go to the counter. I don't have a special formula of what colors to do. I change them all the time. But I go to the counter and I just play. I go when I have time. I play on my hand and I see what looks good on my skin type. On my skin tone. And I figure, okay, if most of my clients are my skin tone, most likely if it looks good on me, it'll look good on them. And then I'll make sure that I get some darker shades for darker skin tones and brighter, bolder shades for them as well. And then for my lighter skin tone girls, I go for something more sheer. So I have a little bit of everything. Just don't buy two colors that look almost exactly the same because it's going to be such a waste of your space and your money. If you could just mix a couple shades to create a shade, that would be better with whatever you have existing instead of buying that third shade just because it's a different shade. Make sure you can't mix other two shades to create that first. And then I have my other eyeshadow palettes here. These are my other MAC shadows. These are all my neutrals. I have my new highlights on one side and all my contour eye shades on the other side and my definers. A lot of them have hit pan. I buy them all the time, but I just haven't used them in so long because I've been using mine. But like I said, I have to get back to using this so I don't break my heart when I run out of my palette. Basically, I just recommend, as far as choosing colors, I just recommend that you make sure that you have enough blending colors and enough mattes. I cannot stress to you enough that mattes are everything. Matte shades look best in every light because there's no bounce back with light. So you'll get the true shading. With frosted colors, the light bounces back, so you can tend to get a dirty look sometimes in pictures, or it can look too disco ball. I like shimmers, but only in the right spots. So if you can see in my kit, the Tamana palette, I have 3 mattes. I have the black matte, I have chocolate matte, and then I have the Bengal matte. Now between these 3 brown shades, this is a caramelish kind of color called Bengal, this is chocolate, and this is the black. Between those, you can mix them to create any level of black and brown that you want. That's why I only included 3, because I'm all about mixing. Why am I going to waste my whole palette on all browns when you can mix browns so easy? So what I did was, the rest of them are shimmer, and those are fun colors. And then a lot of neutral shimmers as well. So these are my neutral shimmers. This is a neutral silvery shimmer called Custom, neutral gold called Gilded, and then I have Veneza, which is more of a aqua, and I have the Sangria, which is this rosy color, and I have the China Rose, which is this beautiful, beautiful pinkish salmon with a gold shimmer and all that. And then those are the pops of color. So always make sure you have good pops of color, but make sure you can mix a lot of the matte browns to create your shade. So I have this other palette here. That was all my browns and neutrals. But this is going to be the one that you might think is more fun. I almost never use it because all my brides want neutral. And honestly, it's what sells in magazines more, is staying neutral, staying more not so punk rocky, I guess it depends on the magazine, but I do have these fun shades as well. So my peacock tones and my pinks and golds. And I have them organized. They're always in the right spot. And I pick and choose what I like at MAC. I just make sure, these are all MAC. They're all sold separately, and the double-sided kit is sold separately. But it makes my life easy to have double-sided kits instead of the single side, because then I could just open it up and have everything at my fingertips right then. So as far as colors, I just try to make sure I have the biggest range possible. If a couple colors look too much alike, I test it on my hand to make sure that they're not exactly alike. And if they do look pretty alike, I'm just not going to buy the second one. I'll pick one. So the other one will not go in my kit. But if it's very different, then I'll go ahead. Like if one is matte and one is shimmer, then I'll go ahead and buy one of each. It's good to have both textures at hand. But as far as like the actual color, make sure the colors and the textures are all looking different from each other so that you're not rebuying the same stuff over and over. So that's just a little bit more explanation as to how I pack the way I pack and why I choose the colors the way I choose them. And I literally just go to MAC and have fun and test things. And if I like it, I'll buy it, and I'll make sure that when I go home, I check it to make sure I don't already have it, or that I don't get it too close to something else. And if it is, then you can return your MAC item. Just make sure you return it and don't like waste it away sitting in your home. As far as like powders and stuff, you've seen in my first few classes, those of you who've seen it, that I have almost every color powder. Most of my powders are the NCs. I have only a few NWs, only because I work with more warm tones, and unfortunately the MAC NW is not warm. It's actually pretty cool. And the MAC NCs are pretty warm. So I ignore the fact that the C means cool and the W means warm at MAC because I feel like it's opposite. So what I think is NC means not cool and NW means not warm. Or I just kind of ignore the color altogether and just know that I need warm shades for my clients. So most of my stuff is warm. MAC would be NC. And then as far as like picking your foundation colors, I choose 3 main shades, like a light, a medium, and a dark, so I can mix in between them and therefore make sure that all my clients are taken care of. No matter what. And let's say I don't have a dark enough shade, I do carry small packs of super dark foundations, such as Cinema Secrets. They have these little cake pots. This is foundation and concealer in one. It's pretty dark, so I do carry that. I can always mix it with my foundations, and it doesn't take up much space. So because I like MAC foundations, I like the liquid feel. So instead of using a thick cake, which I used to wear all the time, no big deal. But for my clients that don't want to feel too heavy, I go ahead and just use the liquids. And if I need to mix a little bit of the cake foundation in there, I can mix it in there. So that's how I work. It's real easy. It's not complicated at all. My life is simple. I just work out of this box. And like I said, when I take a product out to use it, I put it right back in. So can we get that one going real quick? And so I want to talk to you real quick about my brushes. And I'll just show you like this and talk to you about these. So my brush belt is MAC. It's just the basic brush belt. You can find it online or a MAC Pro store. And it's supposed to actually be a belt that goes around your waist, but I don't like to look down and look for stuff. So I keep it in my box the way I showed you earlier. It's just propped up and it's easy. I can see everything. So once these brush belts is there, I'm going to show you right now where I put everything. So these are all my face and blending brushes. And over here are all my eyeshadow brushes, my flat brushes, and this top row is all face, the bigger ones. So if you can see, these ones are all my regular like shadow brushes, my flat shaders in here. And then over here I have all my blending brushes and face brushes. And then over here I have all my big brushes. And instead of like taking so much time going through every single slot, I basically shove them all in the larger slots. Like these are the larger pockets where I just put them in. And it's still easy for me to find it because I've organized them eyes, face, it's pretty easy. And even this is like eyes as well, but they're all blending brushes. So all the tapered brushes and all the blending ones are here again, and then all the like application brushes, like applying and packing, those are all going to be on this side. As soon as I'm done with the brush, I clean it and put it back. Or what you could do is, I don't have time to clean all my brushes in between every client, so what I do is right before using it on a client, I'll clean it right in front of them. That way they know I'm clean, I know I'm clean. My brush cleaner actually smells really good, so they kind of have like almost like a spa feeling when I'm doing their makeup. It's kind of awesome. They love it. I'm sure a lot of my clients are watching right now being like, yeah, I love that smell. So anyway, and over here, something really important. All my pencil liners are over here, and my brow pencils. So they're over here because they're the size of a brush, and that way I don't have to shove in my kit or in a separate pouch looking for pencils. They're all standing up right here. My life is easy. So my liquid liners, my pencils, all this stuff is right here. I have the metallic pencils from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I love so much. I have my Brow Wiz pencil that I love so much, a few different colors of those, mainly medium ash and brunette, what I use on everyone. And then again, like I said, if I have to warm it up, those are both cool tones. So if to warm it up, I'll go into my brow palette, the powder palette, and I'll add some warm tones in there. I have some LA Girl Cosmetics. This is the Gel Glide pencil. And I have the Fine Line, one of my favorite liquid liners. I have the Girl Lactic liner. I have, this is the NYC liner. It's drugstore brand. And it's pretty black, so I have it in here. It's my only like brush on one. My nude pencil, like everything that's pretty cool is all up in here. My push-up liner from Benefit. I like this, so I threw it in. And then I have my brow, this is the Pro Pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I like to do to clean up around the brow area. So that jumbo pencil is in here too. So my life is very organized and everything's clean and normal. Well, these brushes are not clean. I've been working all day. So I literally just got off like an hour before we went on, and I had to do so much cleanup in here. You could see the mess behind me, like on the other side, which you saw earlier. Life is so busy. So my cleanup is like late night. So you're seeing my raw brushes unclean. This is the only one that's clean. And so these are used today. And anyway, but right before I do my clients, I always clean them. And let me tell you about some of my favorite brushes. So most of my brushes are MAC and also Haku Hodo and also Morphe brushes. Morphe brushes is located right here in Burbank. I'm located in Burbank. And so I pop in the store and pick up brushes all the time. And they are also online, morphebrushes.com. It's like MORPHE brushes.com. And those brushes are super cheap. I'm talking about very similar shapes and qualities to several name brand brushes, but for literally a fraction of the price. So there's some brushes that I've only spent $1 on, literally $1, $2, $3. And then there's other, like they have different lines of brushes depending on how much you want to spend. So if you want to spend more on a denser, more like expensive brush, then they have more expensive brushes, but they're still so much cheaper than like MAC and Haku Hodo and all that. I still have MAC, a lot of brushes from MAC, but I just feel it, and I like to feel that it's soft but dense at the same time. That's what I look for with brushes. I need it to be soft enough so my clients are not in pain and while I'm beating them. And I want it to be dense enough where it's providing the coverage that I want it to provide without being too flimsy and like shoving it everywhere else. And I don't want it dusting all over the place, so I need it to be dense. So all of these are my favorites. And I love, my favorite type of like shape are these tapered ones, the ones that are pointed on the top. And the store has it. Morphe Brushes, the store actually has it, but online it's sold out right now. So they're gonna get more stock in later, and I'll post about it when they're ready to go. But all these like tapered ones, I'll show you some more. This is a Morphe brush. Yeah, this is a Morphe brush. I just got this. That's a tapered one, which is very similar to my Haku Hodo one, which I spent like $50 on. This one is, I think, like under $15. Like it's super cheap. This big one is awesome for contouring right here. Absolutely love it. This is also Morphe. So all these are Morphe. And then some of them are MAC. Like I love this one for MAC. This is like one of my favorites for like that under eye highlight. This is MAC 189 brush. So there's certain ones. You just have to go. You have to explore. You have to feel them, you know? You really have, it took forever to get all these brushes. I started off with like a basic set from my makeup school. Then I started buying MAC brushes once I got the Pro Card discount. I went kind of nuts and bought like so many brushes. And now I'm like, you know what? I don't even care about the brand. I just want it to feel good. So I go and every brand there is, I've tried it. If I like it enough to add it to my kit, I'll go ahead and add it to my kit and I'll retire some of the old brushes. Some of the retired brushes, I'll use it on myself. I do not use makeup from my bridal kit or my client's kit. These are strictly for my clients. And I have another like random set of old retired brushes that I'll use myself. I'm not picky on myself at all. This is like the only makeup I wear just to look nice for you guys. But day to day, I'm pretty ratchet, so I don't really care about the brushes for myself. But for my clients, I want the best. You know, I'm very picky. I'm an artist. You know, we're all artists. We're picky with our tools. So that's kind of how I organize that. And then over here, I have my awesome LA Girl Pro Conceals, which are the HD Pro Conceals. And this is what I use for highlight and contour cream on my clients. So like the Anastasia Contour Kit, that's for afterward. So that's for setting or for contouring after you've already done the foundation and everything. And, you know, for the dry contour, for the powder contour. But if you're interested in cream contour, like I do cream contour and then I go in with powder and really like darken it up. So my cream contours, I keep it in here so it's easy access for me. It's already standing up. I don't have to look for it because I use it I use these on every client. So I have the colors. These are pretty universal. So I have Beautiful Bronze, which I use for contouring on every skin tone. Deep African American skin tones, you do something called reverse contouring, which I'll do a whole class on that later. But this may not show, so you have to get something darker, or you could do reverse contouring, which I'll show you another time. And then for the highlights, I have 3 different colors that I keep in my kit. I have every single color in my drawers, in my back stock, in case I have someone that, like, I need something else. But in my kit, I figured 3 colors is all I need. So one color is called Pure Beige, the other is called Creamy Beige, and this last one here is called Classic Ivory. It's like light, medium, and tan. So every skin tone will be taken care of by these 3. The Classic Ivory is a cool tone for very light Caucasian skin. It's like a pinky white. And then the Creamy Beige is like a bright yellow beige. And then the Pure Beige is more of like a soft tan for deeper skin tones to highlight them so it doesn't look so white or anything like that. So that's it with what's in my kits for the makeup portion. I'm going to show you my hair portion next. That's really quick because there's not much in it. But I hope you learned something. I mean, it's not about how many things you have. You have to go in and organize. You cannot have... I have so many students that come in. My one-on-one students, they have to bring their own kit because I need to analyze that. Like, that's the biggest thing about being a traveling artist is your kit has to be on point and it has to be organized and light enough, right? So you don't die breaking your back. So I have my students bring their kit and I go in and I'm like, okay, half the stuff you don't need. They have palettes over palettes over palettes of eyeshadows that all look the same. Why? Like, why? You should only have, like, if there's a palette you must have, it better be pretty damn amazing and very different from the eyeshadows that you already have. So I like the MAC thing where you can build your own based on what you use, and it's double-sided so it takes less space. And it's more organized. As far as like single shadows, I don't carry them. Like, unless it's like a really cool shade that I know I'm not going to find in a palette. Or you can like break it up and put it in a Z palette. That's another option. Who has time for that though? So that's kind of, you know, my biggest advice is just to downscale, downsize what you're bringing to your clients and chill out, man. You don't need so much stuff. Keep it in your house, you know, backstock. You can, like I said, rotate your items from your kit. Go in and retire some of your old items that you haven't used in a while or that you don't love as much as the new items and put the new items in. But don't carry everything. It's such a waste of your energy to carry everything. And then it takes you twice as long to find that stuff. And then it takes you twice as long to clean that stuff. So be simple, be smart, go through your stuff and just downsize. If you're looking to upsize your kit, if you don't have much, well, now you know what I have. I have so much stuff. As far as colors are concerned, I'm not going to sit here and give you all my colors because it really depends on your clientele. My colors may not work for your clientele. So if you work with the same clientele that I do, if you're Indian or Afghan or whatever, and you work with like same kind of skin tones that I do, then look out on my Instagram posts. I always write down what I'm using. But typically I stay between the NC25s and the NC45s. That kind of helps with my skin tone range of the people that I work with the most. But I go much darker for deeper skins and much lighter for lighter skins. So it's really about who your clientele is and being prepared in case you have a bridal party of a lot of people that you haven't met and you don't know what their race is, you don't know what their skin tone is. Be prepared on having little palettes from Graftobian.com. They have some awesome little palettes. This is one of them. Mine's like empty. I need to buy more. But they have these palettes that go from dark to light, and you could just pick up dark palettes and light palettes just in case you want to mix it into your current colors. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the kit. I'm going to show you now a brief thing on my hair kit, and then I'm going to answer a couple questions, and then you guys can go and have a good evening. So my hair kit is this lovely thing. I'm just going to dip this low so you can see it. Ta-da! This is my hair kit. That's pretty much it. And I'm going to talk to you about more stuff that I don't have here. But this is the Tamana kit. This is literally all you need ever to do any hair. So this is my ceramic flat iron. It's amazing. It heats up really fast. I used it all day today. I did a hair class. If you saw my post on Instagram, you'll see that all those hairstyles were done just using these items. It's amazing. And then this is my 3-in-1 detachable curling wand. The reason why I only have 3 sizes is because those are the only 3 you're ever going to need. So for looser waves, use the big one. This is 1 1/4 inch. If you use 1 1/2, I feel like that opens up too fast. It gets too loose and too straight. So I'm not a fan of 1 1/2. I like 1 1/4. That's my golden size. The one that I use a lot for Hollywood waves is the 1 inch. That way I can brush it out and it becomes this nice wave. That's the size that I used in my Hollywood wave class, which is still up on dressyourfacelive.com if you want to learn how I do Hollywood waves. It's a very informative class, and I'm using this one. And then I have my super small one for texture, for tight texture and wild hair. That's what I use for that, the small one right here. And then I have my hair clips that come with the set as well. These are awesome clips, super amazing, good grips. It also comes with the heat-resistant mat. It comes with a holder. It comes with gloves. I mean, it comes with everything you're going to need for a kid. So that's all I use as far as the tools are concerned. I also have a nice boar hair bristle brush for smoothing out the tease and a regular comb to give a tight tease to the roots. This is just my brush cleaner. And then over here I have my bobby pins and my hair pins, the U pins. And that's kind of the only kind of pins I use. These are 1-pound boxes from Sally's Beauty Supply. And I also use small rubber bands when I'm doing like a ponytail style. I'll use a small rubber band in the beginning, but I always wrap hair around it just to keep it like really steady and strong, so that the little rubber bands don't snap. And I also use this lovely hairspray, the Tresemme hairspray number 5. Every time I talk about this, it sells out everywhere. So right now, it may be very hard to find because I just talked about it in my last hair class. Number 5 is like the hardest formula to find. Wherever you are, you'll be so lucky if you find it and buy everything off their shelf. It's like $3.99. And if it's on sale, it's like $3. So when I go shopping, I buy them all. Like whatever they have, even if it's $9.10, it's mine. I go through this so fast, and I do hair all the time, so if you do hair, this is going to be your best friend. I've tried every expensive brand there is out there, everything. Nothing is the same. This is the best. I tried it on accident out of pure desperation. I ran out of hairspray and I needed to buy something real fast, and this was all I had at the store. And I bought it and I used it and I was like, what the hell? This is like way better than anything I've ever used. It doesn't flake. It doesn't look like plastic. It just looks amazing. And in pictures it has this amazing shine without you even needing to like put too much on. It's amazing. I love it. So that's my only hairspray, and I don't use mousse, I don't use gel, I don't use texturizing creams, I don't use anything else. Hairspray and good hair tools. That if you're using this Tamana set, this is what it's called, the Tamana Complete Hairstyling Set from Bombay Hair and Dress Your Face. You can find it on bombayhair.com. Bombayhair.com will have it on the home page. If you just click on my picture, the Tamana styling set picture, it'll take you to that page so you can get it. And use my code. If you want a discount, it's $199. But if you want to get it for $179, all that for $179. Like I've bought the hair straightener alone from another company for $199, $200, and I bought just the hair straightener. Oh, my hair is like on another level. And it died in less than a year. So all this comes with a 1-year warranty, so you'll be okay. Actually for a long time, because I've been using Bombay Hair products for years, and it's like amazing. So anyway, if you want to get it for $179 on discount, just use my code. It's Tamana, T-A-M-A-N-N-A, spelled exactly like the kit. Just spell it out on the coupon code section of your purchase, and you'll get the $20 off. So you can get it for $179 instead of $199. That's pretty intense. So as long as you're using a kit like this, you don't really need much product. So all I need is my Lovely Tresemme hairspray. I'm gonna answer some questions now. I'm not gonna be able to answer so many because my voice is cracking. To those of you who just joined, I had lost my voice and now it's back, thank God. But it's not really back 100%, so you really need to be careful. So I'm gonna go into my posts and check out some of your questions. And some of the popular ones I'm just gonna go ahead and answer right now for a few minutes. And then I'll let you guys go and enjoy your night. So let's see here. A lot of people have been asking what shades of the Studio Fix powder do I carry. Like I said, anywhere from NC 25 to 45 are the main ones that you want to get for the liquids and the powders if you're in my skin tone range. If you're doing like Indians and like my ethnicity, I'm half Indian and half Afghan. So I do both sides of bride. I think because of my ethnicity, I've been able to do like every ethnic bride ever. With no problem. And I've done a lot of African American brides with no problem because I'm just so used to like that, the shading thing. Like I'm so in love with color. And I've done my Caucasian, my white brides with no problem either because I have so many light colors too. So for the liquids, it's easy to just buy a few colors that are close to you. And then, like I said, have the palettes of the really light and really dark that you can add in and make it more white or make it more brown. And then for the powders though, you're kind of stuck with whatever powder color it is because they're all compacts. So Studio Fix powders is what I use. So that you kind of have to get like almost every popular color. So I have all the colors in between NC 15 all the way down to NC 50, and then I also have NW 58 for my super darkest darks. So yeah, I pretty much have like almost every color. Let's see, how do you clean your products? With a tissue. Powder products are very easy to clean with a tissue. There's also alcohol spray that you can use and it won't ruin it. Just use it very lightly, just alcohol spray. Once in a blue moon, just kind of go through and clean everything. And then for your brushes, I just use the Cinema Secrets Professional Brush Cleaner. Super easy. I love it, I love it. I get it on Amazon. You know, it's easy for me. And then to clean your like your tools and stuff, the hot tools, I just use a damp washcloth. So while it's still warm, I use a damp washcloth to get out like any hairspray that's stuck on it or anything, and it's good as new. You don't have to do too much. So that's kind of how I clean the products. Let's see. Oh, I already answered that. Some of the best gold, silver, and copper eyeshadow shades from MAC that I would recommend. Like all of them are like the ones that I've customized for the Tamana palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills are like basically based on some of the MAC tones that I wanted to change and create like a better version. So if you have the Tamana palette, you're good to go. But then like when you run out, you're kind of, oh, actually no. AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com has all those singles. So I'll tell you the ones I like in MAC and the ones I like in the Anastasia singles. There. So for a nice dark chocolate brown, mine's called Chocolate. You can get it on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com as single. Or you can get Embark from MAC, which is very similar. The Anastasia Beverly Hills black one, Noir, nothing's like it. That's the blackest black in the world. You're not going to buy anything blacker. We took forever to formulate it, and I'm so proud of it. It's called Noir, Noir. Get that at AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. You need a good black, a black that's not gray. Like, finally, a black that's not gray. So get that. I used to use Carbon from MAC, and that's nothing like Noir. Noir is like, it killed it. The best gold that I love, it's called Woodwinked from MAC, which is what inspired me to create with Anastasia Beverly Hills Gilded. So if you can get it on Beverly Hills, Anastasia Beverly Hills, get Gilded. If you want to get it at MAC, get Woodwinked. And then the nice silvery, the warmer silver, I created a color called Custom, which is very different from a lot of other colors. It's very hard to find a color like that. But I was inspired by, oh my god, I forgot the name at MAC. Let me see if I still have the MAC one. But you can get Custom on AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com, no problem. But it's based on, crap, I can't find it. It was based on my love for satin taupe. That's what it was based on. I love satin taupe, but Custom gave a new dimension to it and a very like snake skin looking, kind of like that sheen. It's so beautiful and very full coverage. So custom is the color to go for like a silvery neutral. I'm wearing it actually right now. I'm wearing custom all across my lid, and it's actually a warm silver, which is interesting because it's not that cooling on the eye unless you pair it with cool tones. I paired it with warm tones. So I put custom all over, and then I put Bengal and chocolate in my crease, which warmed it up a little bit. And I added the Noir on the outer corner to really deepen up that outer corner. And I also put Noir and chocolate on the bottom to create that smoky eye. And so those are my favorites for the eyeshadows. Let me see if there's maybe one or two more questions I can answer before we go away. And I'm also gonna talk a little bit about some future plans here, since I have your attention. I don't have any Real Techniques brushes. Someone just asked about Real Techniques. I don't have Real Techniques brushes, but I've played with them for my students' kits. They're awesome. I think they're great. They feel great. They're nice and dense. Someone's asking, do your MAC dual fiber brushes shed? Mine are shedding like crazy. Oh yeah, they shed. My MAC brushes shed like crazy, especially dual fibers, especially every time I wash them, they shed. So I recently went to Morphe and got their dual fiber brushes instead from their gunmetal collection. This is the Morphe gunmetal collection. They're super cheap, it's way cheaper than MAC. And I picked these dual fiber ones up, and so far they haven't shed. So, and I picked up like 2 of each so that I can have one set for myself and one set for my clients. So I've tried them on myself too. They don't shed the way the MAC ones do. But, you know, I still have some MAC ones, you know. It doesn't kill me. If they shed, whatever, just pick it out. That's fine. I talked about my LA Girl concealers. I talked about the cleaning of the brushes. I love how some of you are like, oh, never mind, you totally just answered my question. That's what I like to hear. Oh my god, someone's asking about the paint color in my room. I painted it a year ago, so I cannot remember the actual color, but I got it at Home Depot, and I love grays. So all the gray, like there's different color gray walls behind me, like this is a lighter gray, and to the side of me is a darker gray. And then I have cream beige colored ceiling, so everything in my house is beiges and grays. It's neutral, so that when my clients come here, the colors of the wall don't freak my camera out when I'm taking pictures. The colors are very true to the skin tone, so that no one looks orange and no one looks pink, you know? So that's why I choose gray tones, but they're all gray. I just don't know exactly the name of the paint color, I'm sorry. And one more question, and then we're gonna go. Okay, so how do you apply the lipsticks from the palette? I do use a lip brush from the palette. I've made a lipstick palette, and what I do is I'll use lip liner on my client first. So the very first thing that I do is I'll apply whatever's left on my powder brushes. I'll put it on their lips just to neutralize, or whatever's left on my concealer brush. And then I outline the lip with a lip pencil from MAC. I love MAC lip liners. And then I go in with a generic lip brush. My lip brush is super generic that it doesn't even have a name on it. And there's still lipstick on it because I just used it. There's no name. It's just a regular, this is a size and the shape of it. It's just a regular lip brush. And I just dip it into the palette and you could just go on. You don't want to double dip into the palette because you're going to be using it on other people. Or if you're using it just for yourself, you're okay. But if you're going to be sharing it with your clients, you don't want to double dip. So what you want to do is pick up enough where it's enough for the whole lip. Or with your brush or with the scooper, put it on the back of your hand and you can double dip to your hand, but don't double dip into the palette. And that's it. And then sometimes I'll add gloss in the center, and that's about it. So let me just update you on some of the other information that I have for you. I know you guys have been on my Instagram, like so excited about some of the sneak peeks that I've been telling you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot to talk about lashes. I carry lashes in a separate bag. I don't want them smashed to my kit. But I carry Ardell Wispies. I carry House of Lashes, Noir Fairy, Iconics, and a few others. Random ones that I picked up along the way. I carry individual lashes. There's so many lash brands. I just kind of go through. I have everything. So as soon as I run out of one, I just add another one. Model21lashes.ca, model21lashes.ca has awesome sets of like 10 pairs of lashes in one box for a super cheap price. So I like to use those. I like to stack them up. My lash class is still on dressyourfacelive.com. So if you guys are not members of this broadcast, I'd highly encourage you to become a member on dressyourfacelive.com. It's only $19 a month. That's like way less than what you would spend on anything pretty much a month. Like coffee every day is $5. The cheapest coffee is maybe $2 every day. And so going to Starbucks with your friend would be like $10. Just don't go twice a month. Skip Starbucks and make coffee at home and you can afford these classes. It's nothing. So $19 a month gets you access to all the classes of that month. So basically what it is whatever classes are still up that have already passed, but if it hasn't expired, you get access to those. Plus you get access to every class that's live within the next 30 days. So every 30 days, your membership cycle stops, but it's an automatic thing. So you can automatically just go on to the next month, continue your membership and never miss a beat. Or you can stop your membership. Let's say if you only want to be a member for a month, then go ahead and start paying. Put your $19 down on PayPal. Super easy, actually. Go on the website and it'll just take you straight there. And then cancel it. And that way it will not bill you again and you still have that access for your 30 days. So it's real easy. But I would say, $19 a month is a really good price, especially when you're paying thousands of dollars for school, and this won't even add up to hundreds. Like, it's so cheap. Or you can get the whole year. The whole year is only $150, and you get access for 365 days. So the cool thing is, I keep videos up for a little while. So if you were to sign up right now, you would have access to my eyelash video with Lily Galici. Lily Galici was my model for that last one, and I talked all about lashes. Like, you would think lashes are so simple. They're so not. I've made it. Like, I like to take things to the next level. Eyeliner is no simple task for my students. I show them so many ways to do it, but they're easy ways. You just have to understand it. So with the eyelash class, there's a lot of little secrets and hidden tips that I've been doing over the years that I haven't really talked about. So finally, I'm like letting go of all my secrets so you guys can figure it out easier and see it for yourselves, the difference that little things can make. So a lot of the little secrets and tips are in that class, so I recommend it. And then the other one is my hairstyling class that you can do on yourself or on a client using these products, the hair one, how to do the perfect Hollywood wave on another client of mine. And it turned out amazing. It was like this big, swoopy bang here and then all the Hollywood waves on one side. It's so popular on the red carpet. So I shared how to do that. Those two classes are still online. The Hollywood Wave class is going to expire very, very soon. It has already been up for like a couple of weeks, so it's kind of past due. The videos are supposed to only stay up for 72 hours. I extended it with my team. I told them, 72 hours is not enough. I want my students to watch it over and over again and learn 100%. I want them to know how to do things and practice. So we extended it to a week. But sometimes I feel like extending it longer. So the hair class has been up for longer. And that's going to go away pretty soon. I would say within the next day or two, it's going to be gone. So if you want to take advantage of watching that class, you need to sign up now. And within your sign-up 30-day period, you get that class. You get my Lily Galici eyelash class. You obviously have this class. This is free. This is free for everyone. And then my next class is amazing. It's the Bollywood class. It's on the 21st. It's going to knock your socks off. It's Bollywood makeup. So my girl is going to be dressed up as a Bollywood bride. And I'm going to show you everything from the history of my culture. Beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, rich skin, glitter. The whole shebang is going to be shown on the 21st. And then after that, I have my lip secrets class, how to make your lips look bigger, how to shape them, how to make them more even, how to keep them long lasting. It's going to be 5 ways to do your lips and 5 tips that you're going to not live without. So that's going to happen in February. And I'm also going to have a class coming up about hair fishtail braiding. So I'm going to go over that. So that's kind of everything that you'll need to see within the next. The fishtail braiding I think is beyond the 30 days, but you basically have 5 classes in this 30-day period that you're going to have access to, and that's making each class like $3. It's ridiculous. So I highly encourage you guys to sign up today, take advantage of it, And if you like it, stay as a member. You only get benefits from it. Now here's another thing. If you guys want to get certified, this was like the big news that everyone's like, oh my god, tell us more, tell us more. So certification classes is happening very soon, most likely by the end of the month. We're going to have more information for you very soon. This is separate from what you're seeing as a member. What you're seeing as a member is my $19 a month thing where I'm giving you so much information in separate topics. The certification class is for those who really want my Dress Your Face certificate, those who really want to take it to the next level and become a certified professional makeup artist or hairstylist. First, we're going to roll out the makeup classes. So it's going to be a set of pre-recorded, very intense makeup classes. Some of them are going to be classes that I've taught in the past. Some of them are going to be brand new recorded classes that no one has access to except for those who are in my certification program. So these classes are really intense. There's also going to be quizzes where you have to prove to me that you learned what's in that class. After you pass the quizzes, you will basically have passed the final exam, and that means you will get your certificate in the mail. So you earn a certificate. And that class is going to be pretty awesome. It's separate. Only members can sign up for that certification class. So at this time, people who are not members of Dress Your Face Live will not be able to access the certification class, only because I need to make sure that you understand what I'm saying and that you have continued learning. You don't have to be a member forever. You can just be a member during that time that you're taking the certification classes and then cancel your membership. But that means I get to talk to you and you can ask me questions during my live feed so I can help you throughout your certification course. I'm otherwise not able to help you one-on-one like this during your certification. So I've decided that you have to be a member to take my certification class. Let it be very worth it for you. Get all the information you possibly can out of me. So that's how that's going to go, and then pretty soon we're going to start the hair certification classes as well, which is going to be the same thing, quizzes, hairstyles, you pass the quizzes, and you get your certificate. On top of that, I have my tour coming up. I'm going to give you guys more information on that soon. I'm touring the world, and I'm going to be showing you all my tips and tricks in person. We get to take pictures, you get goodie bags, we have fun, it's like a party. That's coming up soon. I love touring. That's going to start on March 1st. I'm starting off in Houston, and then I'm going to Seattle, and I'm going all over the world. So I'm going to give you information on that as each one is planned out. Please stay tuned on my Instagram page at Dress Your Face. And again, if you want to be a member, I highly encourage you to do so. It is like no money out of your pocket. It's so affordable. And this is real information that you're going to love. And if you have any questions, you could totally contact any of my Dress Your Face Live students. If you look at the hashtag Dress Your Face Live hashtag on Instagram, you'll see all their posts, you'll see their comments, and you'll get to kind of understand what I'm about. So I'll hopefully see you next time. For all of you non-members, I hope you enjoyed this free show, and I hope you become a member. And for all of my existing members, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on January 21st for my Bollywood class. And I'm also going to announce the winners of my current giveaway, which is going on now. You still have a couple more days to enter. The Hollywood wave hair in that episode. I've done a giveaway. Oh no, I'm sorry, I already did that one. The eyelash class one. I already did the Bollywood, the hair thing is over. The eyelash class one is still going on. You have until January 21st morning to enter that. And in that eyelash class, you basically have to take pictures of the screenshots of that eyelash class. And then you go ahead and enter. On my Instagram page, where's my phone? On my Instagram page, scroll down, and there is information on how to enter my latest giveaway. So this is the post you want to see. It's from 1 week ago. The eyelash post. HouseOfLashes.com is so sweet to go ahead and sponsor this. And I'm actually going to have 2 winners receive a whole collection of like awesome lashes that I picked from HouseOfLashes.com. They win that. And then 2 more winners are going to get some really fun goodies from Lily Galici's lash collection. So we're actually going to have 4 winners total. So go ahead and enter that. This is only for members. And to enter, you have to be a member and you have to take pictures of the last class so I know that you're a member. And tell me what you liked about it. So all the information on how to enter is in this post. And I will announce the winners of the lash boxes on the 21st during that live stream. So that's going to happen pretty soon. I'm really excited. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you anymore. You guys go enjoy your days and enjoy your nights. And I'll see you next time on the 21st. Mwah! Love you guys. Thank you so much.